Now, I've recently become a streamer, Twitch babe. If you didn't know, get to know. Today, I've decided to come on here and answer some questions. I asked my Instagram any questions they had from either before or after the show, during the show, all of that good stuff. And today, I'm going to answer some of these questions. So, let's go. The first question reads, what's the story behind the blue hair, lashes, and what makes Niffer the brand? That's an interesting first question. As you can see, all blue everything, hair, eyebrows. You can't really see the lashes, but my lashes have some blue in them as well. The story behind the blue. Is there really a story? Is there really a story? Essentially, I used to have short hair for 15 years. I was like a short hair babe. Never wore a wig. Like I never had braids in those 15 years. Like it was literally just strictly my own hair. And at some point, I decided to start playing with color. So I had ginger, I had red. One year when I was going to LA, I was going to Los Angeles, and I decided I want something that I've not done before. That's when I tried blue, but with a little bit of the purple at the front. So I had like a blue ombre into purple. It was crazy. Don't ask me why. Eventually, when I got to LA, I was like, this is too much. I'm just gonna go straight blue. So I dyed the purple bit blue, and I just had blue hair. One of these days, my friends and I were going out. We ended up on Skid Row by accident. Again, don't ask me how, but we ended up on Skid Row, and it was super, super scary. I'm not gonna lie. It was super, super scary. But the one thing I did take away from it was a lot of the homeless people and a lot of the people that were on drugs or going through a mental health scare or whatever it was that they were going through, they kept screaming out the girl with the blue hair. Now, I know most people are going to think, what the heck? Why would that be assigned to you? Why would that mean anything to you? People who are in their sober mind have complimented me. Now I've landed on Skid Row and I'm still getting the same response. That was really it. The story's a bit weird. It's a bit wild, but that's really just what happened. I'm not going to lie to you. Then lockdown hit. And when lockdown hit, I started doing TikToks and things like that. I started growing and everyone started, recognizing me as the girl with the blue hair. And I was like, what? Get your branding hat on. This makes so much sense. And I love the color, so I just was like, it's kind of a double whammy, double win-win situation. So yeah, that's kind of the story behind the blue hair. Did you have to apply to get into this, or did they invite you? Funny enough, they actually invited me, so there was no application process as far as I know. I think everyone was handpicked. So yeah, I was just super happy that one, I came across their radar, two, they thought, you know what, she's a good fit for the house. What was the casting process like for you? Very easy. One of the easiest things I've done. It was very much like a Zoom call or two, can't even remember. Just a lot of answering questions, over email, WhatsApp. And yeah, as soon as I was interested, it was kind of like good to go. So it was very easy. It was a very, very, very easy casting process, honestly. Did the producers go through your bags? What were you allowed in and not allowed in? So the producers did go through our bags. What happens is you pack a suitcase. I don't know if you guys notice. In fact,
oh my god,
look how big
what am I
this
actually
case
doing?
is. Can you see how big that is? Way, 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 way too big for someone that was only staying somewhere for 7 days. Do you know why? Because I didn't have any clothes with me. They provided all our clothes. So we knew that all we're packing is hair, skincare, makeup, bathroom stuff, that kind of thing, So that case right there is literally filled with my hair stuff, my makeup, my shower stuff, and underwear. That's literally all that's in there. Why do I have a medium case for all of those things? I don't know why I pack like this. But anyway, shout out to IT because they gifted me that luggage before going into the house. So shout out to IT Luggage. Thank you very much. I really, really like the cases they gave me. They gave me a cute set of 3 and then added on 2 more mediums just because. In fact, we never got our suitcases back. We just got some stuff from our suitcases put in our locker. So maybe a few hours after we were in, one of the producers made an announcement to go and check our lockers, and that's when we see all the stuff that they've selected. So it was up to them to decide what we were allowed to actually keep. But I would say they gave me about 80% of the stuff I needed, which is really good. Next question. Were you scared to sleep with a bunch of random people? Yes. I was scared of snoring. I was scared of can I make a confession? Is this something I want to confess on live, on stream right now? I might as well. I'm lactose intolerant. I said it. Anytime I have anything with even a trace of it or even a small amount of it, I can become flatulent at night. And it's just one of those things. It is what it is. Everyone's body is different. That's what happens to mine. So I was very worried that, hey, if they give me anything dairy based, everyone in that bedroom is going to hate me. But it never happened, and I was very conscious of what I ate, so it was absolutely fine. Next question is, how was the Sidemen in real life? Firstly, let me just say, I'm very biased because I actually really respect and rate what they've done in the UK, right? I'm very different. I'm not as goofy as KSI, for example, even though KSI is a lovely guy and I really, respect how smart he is and how hard he works and all these things. If I'm talking one-to-one, I don't know if he'd meet me and be like, yeah, that girl, bestie. And I don't know if I'd meet him and be like, yeah, Yep, bestie. Do you know what I mean? So I know that we're very much different characters, but what I will say about them is that they're very much what they seem like online. So I feel like that's the most I can say. They were literally what I would expect for them to be based off of their online personas. Next question. How long did it take to film the challenges? Now, each challenge was a bit different. Silent Library took forever to film. The eating challenge took forever. The challenge where we had to answer questions, and if we got the question wrong, they'd pour something on us. That took forever as well. And like the stuff that was getting poured on people ended up like drying up on them and stuff. Like it was, yeah, agony. Thank God I didn't get anything on me. A lot of them took a while. Some of them were quite quick, but most of them took a while. And then also we'd be waiting to go into the room for ages. It was, yeah. Was eating aloe vera really that bad? Perfect timing for that question. Yes, it was really that bad. It was really that bad. Like I just need you to do one thing for me actually. Go on YouTube, type in trying aloe vera raw, and then go on the reactions, see how people react to it, and let me know if you think it's bad or not. After you see other people's reactions, then let me know, because it was horrible. I couldn't do it. Next question. Were you pissed when people were unnecessarily spending money? Is that a question I really have to answer? Did you watch Inside? Because if you watched it, you'll know that I was the only one that just couldn't let go of how people were spending money. Like till the very last straw, I was still commenting on money. Now I will say, it didn't get me to my core where I was genuinely bothered, but it definitely was annoying, especially the first couple of days when I realized, I'm not playing this game with normal human beings. That's when I think it started to be really evident that it was, you know, I wouldn't say bothering me to my core, but it definitely was bothering me a bit. Like, yo, I got over it very quickly because you end up loving everyone and you realize that, you know what, it would kind of be boring in the house if we were all the same. So what would have tempted you in the temptation room? So I'm getting the feeling that everybody wants to know what I would have fallen for. Honestly, unless there's money in my bank account like that day, that's the only thing. And even then, the money has to be, I'm not gonna lie, it would have had to been a good like 300k up. It would have to be basically half the prize fund or something. I don't know. It would have to be crazy amounts where it's like, come on, leave. Because honestly, anything else, it's just not worth it to me. It just was not worth it. Like, that's not what I was there for. Money is not my motivator. So it's going to be really hard to tempt me with anything else. A dance or Dance Central game on the TV surely would get you. Guys, I can dance with no music. Like, that's not even hard. What? Like, I don't need a game. I don't need music to dance. I would have just, you know, I could do that without music. What did you miss the most on the outside aside your phone? I missed my mum, my sister. I missed Nigerian food. I missed my bed. I missed cooking. Oh my gosh, I missed cooking so much in the house. Like I was doing little makeshift recipes here and there, but it's not the same. It just felt like I was in prison trying to make up a concoction from nothing. But yeah, I missed all those home comforts. Do you still keep in touch with the people that were on Inside? If yes, who? I still keep in touch with Specs. I still keep in touch with Leah. The others I've spoken to here and there. Oh, I still keep in touch with Chloe, but Chloe and I, we kind of knew each other before, and it wasn't like an everyday talking friendship kind of situation. We'd see each other around, we support each other online, conversations once in a while here and there, but me and her, I guess, are still technically in touch, but it's just gone back to how it was before, if you know what I mean. Like, we spent a great week together, but we're cool. We don't really hang out like that unless we're out together. I wouldn't say we spoke to Casilla today, but we both had a little interaction in our DMs today, so I guess I'm still in touch with him-ish. That's it. Obviously, yeah, I know you guys were in fandom. Yes, I'm still in touch with as well. What were you most annoyed at with the money was spent on? I was really annoyed. You guys know the flippers annoyed me. The wetsuit that didn't fit this guy annoyed me. The shower, that was crazy. But there was a reason behind it, I guess, but that was crazy. The guitar and the keyboard, oh my gosh, when we all realized that the keyboard wasn't even a real like instrument, it was an actual like keyboard. What? The sweets, they were about to drive me mad. Those sweets were crazy. Like the amount of times they were bought, and I didn't even know about half of the ones that were hidden, so that was a little bit annoying. But again, it was a game, so I was only annoyed within the bounds of the actual game, you know what I mean? Next question is, was it awkward with Chloe after you guys had the disagreement in the bedroom? I don't think it was awkward with Chloe. In fact, I think the next day or later on in that day, I further cleared it up with her. I was like, listen, I just want to make sure that we're both on the same page. Like, was it a miscommunication thing? Am I just not used to your confrontation style and you're not used to my style of communication? I don't think it was that awkward. I just think it was a bit like, ugh. You know, when you're stuck in a house with someone, if you've just had somewhat of a little bit of a disagreement with them, even if it's not that deep, it's still a bit like, oh, now I have to see their face. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be around them. but that didn't last very long. So in fact, actually, Chloe actually gifted me something. Chloe Burrows got me these. And she said, should I read the DM from her? Should I read what she said to me? Thank you for tolerating me. But yeah, she basically sent me this as a thank you gift. And I think that's such a W thing to do. Like, how do you feel about the girls throwing you under the bus in the semi-final? I don't feel like they did. I really don't feel like they did. I feel like it got to the nitty gritty where in the last stages, those girls were much closer with each other than they were with me. For them, if they're picking out 2 people, everybody obviously voted Castillo, but then I guess I was just the next one to go. I don't know. That's how I'm seeing it. There's no other way I can think of it apart from that. Any regrets or things you would have done differently inside? Love your content as a new fan. First of all, shout out to Moon Wolfie. Thank you very much. I don't think I would have done anything differently, honestly. I might have been a bit more goofy, but I wouldn't have spent any more. Do you know what I mean? I might have been a bit more like comfortable because I was very conscious of myself all the time, like overthinking everything. So maybe I'd relax a bit more. But yeah, I don't have any regrets and I don't think I would have done a lot differently. Just that one thing, I probably would have relaxed a bit more and chilled out a bit more. Did you have any off-camera fights? If so, with who and why? I did have an off-camera argument, actually. I actually did. I was for sure thinking it was going to be in. I kind of was happy when it wasn't. It was a debate, let me say, because it wasn't an argument like, oh, you know, I didn't feel any type of way about the person I was arguing with, but it was a debate. We weren't seeing eye to eye. It was between Specs and myself. We weren't seeing eye to eye on something, but the way we so quickly like resolved it was so funny. Like, it was just one of those, like, well, I'm someone that I don't care if I can love you die. I can love you like so deep. But if I don't agree with something, I don't agree with something, and I'll argue with you like you're not my friend. And that was just one of those things. And yeah, we got over it real quick. This is a really interesting question. If you could switch lives with one housemate for a day, who would it be? Now, I'm very blessed and very, very happy with my life. So I wouldn't swap on the basis of, I want to live someone else's life. But just to see how their mind thinks and just to see like what actually goes on in their head day to day, it'd be between Specs or Castillo. You see how it's like opposite ends of the spectrum? It'd be one of those two. I just want to see what goes on in their mind. What do they see? Like, all of that stuff. I think it would be those two because they're the most different and the most interesting characters. Do you feel annoyed that people were making a big thing out of you in fandom? Ugh. At first it was like, hee, kaka, this is cute, this is expected, because obviously we saw what the edit was like. And then after a while it became like, okay, yeah, this needs to be over soon. Because like I will post a video on TikTok, and even though I have selected words that are blocked, somehow stuff still seeps through. Because I don't think anyone is flooding his feed with, oh, Anif. Do you know what I mean? But my feed is getting flooded and it's just like, okay, I get that I'm the least popular out of us two, but like, please chill, guys. Like, it's not that deep. To be honest, the show overall was a really good experience. I do miss watching it every day, I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait to see what they do for season 2. But yeah, I'm happy that I came away with some good friends, some good experiences, and also just a good old pat on the back to myself, because I really challenged myself and I stuck through it. Like, I know I can be disciplined now whenever I want to be. So yeah, thank you for all the support and look forward to new content coming soon.